Hey everybody, this is Scott with Mudbug Adventures. Today we're going to make a prop top, and what it is, I had to search it because I really didn't know what to do. It's a bar that goes across from the passenger to the driver's seat to keep your canvas top from sagging. This is not an original idea of mine. I found this in some forums. So people had some great ideas and they had different variations that they had come up with. So I'm going to take what I thought the best variation was, and we're going to show you how to make one out of PVC. Okay, so what I'm talking about here is on your soft tops, this gets wet and it sags, and you may be able to see it. The water sits there and it soaks through usually the seam and it drips down in your chairs and gets your chairs wet. So we're going to build a bar that goes across and it's going to hold that up to keep the water from settling on top of this. Now you can buy these, they're about $50, and they're called bow prop tops, I think, and they cause the whole top of the canvas to stick up in the air. We're going to try to make one where it's pretty much level so that we still maintain the cool look that we have of our Jeep. We're going to cut these PVC pieces almost in half. That'll give like a claw to go around the roll cage on both sides, and we'll put PVC in the middle. And that's just the base of it. We'll smooth this out a little bit. We're going to go try it on first and make sure it grabs like we want it to. So there it is, it's on. Now we got to go cut the other one, and then we'll continue on with the PVC cutting. All right, now we're just going to sand this down real good, get the edges clean. Okay, so what we're going to make is some little like coupling pieces to go in between these 45s that we're going to get to hold these together. And once we get these cut, I'll show you what we're going to do with them. So we're going to take these little 45 and put a little bit of glue in it. Push it in until it stops. We are gluing both sides of this in there, so we end up with something like that. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to put our other 45 on. Mash that on there. So there you go. That's how you get it together. So what this is going to do is coming out of the coming off this the roll cage here with the top up here. This is going to allow a rise to hold the top up. But I can also once I get it in there, adjust it, and by adjusting it, I can raise or lower the amount that I'm going to push that top up with that 45. So this, we're going to call this our bracket. That's what's going to go on the roll cage in the Jeep. This will be our the first part of our support. And we're just going to dry fit this in here, push it in all the way. And for now, I guess we'll just make it straight. That's pretty straight. And we'll get it in the Jeep, and we'll measure our bar that's going to go all the way across. Okay, so as you can see, we installed it. So it just wraps around the roll cage that's in there, and we just adjusted it right at the seam of the top. And then if you come up across up to the top of the Jeep, now you can see it pushed it up a little bit. So most of the water should run off. We got a little bit of a dip here. We just really can't get rid of that unless you put like something across there. But I'd have to say that's going to pretty much solve the water issue, because it won't bow down now as the water and pool in here like it was doing before, so that it could seep through the cracks like it did. Now we're going to go ahead, we're going to paint it, and then Margaret, in the future, she's going to cover it with a material so that it kind of matches the interior of the Jeep as well. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and prime it first, just to make sure that our paint sticks. Let that dry and we'll paint it here in a little while. Okay, so it's the next day. We painted this. So there's our new prop top bar, and now we're going to go install it. Now what Margaret's going to do is she's going to sew a I don't know, some sort of material over there so that kind of matches the material that covers the roll cage in the Jeep, and we'll wrap it with that later. And we'll probably just do an Instagram picture or something like that, or a post to show you. Put it at an angle when you wedge it in, and this side as well. And then you got to slide both ends real carefully. and we're going to put it right at the seam for now and see how that works. But there it is, it's wedged in. That thing's not going anywhere. All right, so I hope that helps. Hope it gave you some ideas. That was built off of some other ideas from a forum that I read, and I thought it was a wonderful idea. Cost was about $15 total, and should make a big difference. So as always, please hit the subscribe button, and also visit some of our other adventures on mudbugadventures.com.